Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, laid back. No stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, throwing parts. Crafting all night, get ready to build, get ready to build. Let's make it right, let's make it right, gonna make it right. Let's make it right, let's make it right, gonna make it right. Get ready to build, let's make it right, let's make it right, let's make it right, gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, no stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, crafting all night. Get ready to build, let's make it right, let's make it right, gonna make it right.
All right. We should probably get things ready. Good Tuesday to you. It is Tuesday, February the 3rd of 2026, and I've got about 2 minutes after the 10 a.m. hour, at least from where I'm sitting. I know some of you are still sitting in the past, and some are even in the future, but whatever present you happen to be in as you're watching this, I hope it's going good for you. Alrighty. That's a little better. Alright, a little rough start as usual. Nothing ever goes to plan. But that's alright. Alright, what are we doing? We are doing some Satisfactory today. And I may have figured out a way to do what I was trying to do yesterday, which is follow this curve. But I got to start over, so we'll do that. I'm still trying to figure it out. But I had this idea, like, what would I need to do? There we go. So we start with that. And then we do that. We do 3 meters. And then take that, do that. I'm going to go 1. That 3 meter. I'll go 2. Yeah, buddy. I think we got it. Or at least something we can work with. Now, the tough part, however, is going to be, well, we're going to have to find another way to decorate it. Because, and we're going to have to find a different, Right, well, we can do that. It's that half space between it all. That's the problem. Because I did that as like 1-2 turns. I'm not sure how to get... Well, I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now either. But... we'll rebuild for practice. Okay, that's 1 turn. Which puts us right on that. 2 turns. See, there's that half turn. That's the bit. That's where we're gonna have a problem. Alright, so here's our front, and I go 1, that brings us to that. Mm-hmm. It'd take a few of them, but that might work. Oh, it's a little wonky, but we can fix it. Not perfect, but we could also... Alright, hold on. Ah, see, that's brutal. I'm going to have to make these full scale. Because see how some of them are shorter than others based on whatever. So that's throwing that off. And there's no way for me to make an adjustment on that. But what we could do here is we could just keep this dark or black, or even change the color, or keep it the way it is because it looks kind of neat. But we're going to have to do something about this, because that reads it as it's a different height, and that just ain't cool. But for all intent and purpose, we have succeeded to get our curve around. Like so. But again, because and you can see it here, somehow these ended up shorter, which is a little bizarre. Okay, we'll redo it. Sort of a pain, but not really. Gunboat Willie, what's going on, bro? Oh, I'm in pain today. The body is not happy with me. Alright, so that means we need to do this again. That's alright. We need to practice. So, 1. We'll do it like that. There's that one. So, boom. 2, 3. Then that comes out to here. And go up to there. We don't need that one. Okay. Ah, shoot. Ooh. Oh, man. Got some super glue. Dashboard Devil, good morning. Yeah, see that? I don't like it. Let's see what happens here. That's better, I think. That's kind of cool. No, you're off again, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Right here. Okay. There it is. Good, good. So, there are some weird fractional differences. But, all in all, Club Bourbon. This we have a little problem with. What am I building? I am not building anything. I'm experimenting. I was building a wall, but I wanted to see if I could carry this red along this curve and, you know, see how it's inset. Now we do have the overlay, but that's okay. You know, that's not a bad deal. Yeah. So we've got the MAM. I'm just kind of experimenting for later. You know, it kind of reminds me of the beginnings of No Man's Sky, where this is sort of my R&D. to figure out how things work, and then eventually later I will build something. But the goal was to carry this line, basically, or at least as close as I could, around the corner. And I think, all in all, that worked pretty well. Now comes the other part. It actually looks good gridded like that. The only thing is there's nothing that I can think of that would match this in this scale to give us the the edge around here. Like there's not a curved short wall. Although there is a curved 1 meter we may need to wait for some light to happen here. Alright, because that would be here. No? That would normally be... No, it wouldn't. How's that working? That would be normally past that. That would be this. And that would be here. Normally would be that, but if we take yes and no. And we'll go do that, actually. Good point. Yes, you can, and no, you can't. You can make a blueprint, which is what I should probably go do. Actually, I could just do something like that, which would be kind of cool. That ends up doing that. It's not exactly what I want. Yeah, no, that actually would work, wouldn't it? For the most part. Yeah. Yeah. We could even actually try that. So it is thicker. I mean, I potentially could do the same thing here. It really wouldn't matter, but I kind of dig on the, you know, same plainness of, or having it a little bit, you know, inset on that. Yeah, we don't have much choice on that. That's alright, it's not horrible. Double tap tap, what's going on? Yeah, maybe we'll just do it like that. And then this can be yeah, okay. All right, we figured it out. Didn't figure that out apparently. I'm gonna have to redo that. I don't like that. Something happened here. It's all funkadelic. That's no bueno. No bueno for me. Could probably fix that right there just by dropping that. I mean, when you're down here, you don't notice it as much, but we could probably fix that. I don't see why not. Yeah, buddy. We figured it out. I don't want to do it anymore. But we're going to have to. All right. And that leaves us open for some other, potential fun. And we have the behind the scenes here. But now we can do a curved, recessed light wall. Yeah, I kind of liked it with the, but, this will add a reflection. We can even change the color of this, to something, we'll, it's all. I did kind of like the short wall smushed in a little bit closer. This wouldn't let me do that. But it also keeps a nice consistent curve. So, we'll take what we can get. And I should probably slide this back and add the other one here. Bum, bum, bum. But And before we start that whole process again, I'm going to just take a quick breather to go warm up the coffee. It'll be about 2 minutes. I will be right back.
Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Raindrops tap, not a soul around. Everything's still and my mind's unwound. Shapes in the mist, colors so bright. Nip, nip haze feels like midnight. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers faces in the night, all the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow.
Aha. Oh, later. Thanks for stopping in, Dash. Excuse me. All right. Now this side. Woohoo! Yay. Hmm. Yeah, that does need to come out more, okay. That does need to come out to there. Which still blends that together. Okay. And then... Okay. I see. It works. Okay. Okay. That we gotta figure out a little bit better, though. But, oh, it's kind of cool, though. That does that, I forgot. So, but what if we start... Oh, excuse me. What if we start you... here. Just do 2. And we have a problem there. Got it. So we need to... But now we know how to get some sort of light to curve around the corner. Ugh. Actually, how many do I have over here? Yeah, that one brings over. Okay, so that goes around the corner. We need to do that. Wait a minute. How the hell did I put these in? I think they just sat on there. If I were building it somewhere else, I would use the half wall instead, which would then... Yeah, anyway. So we'll go make this curve in the blueprint maker. Once I finish figuring out how I would then connect this. That's how. You just pop it in on that. Then interesting. So we have a line, a distinct line here. Yes, we do. Excuse me. As long as it works, it really doesn't matter, to be honest. It's just nice to be a little consistent. Because sometimes as we've seen, see, but now that get a weird inconsistency, and then before you know it, nothing's lining up. All right, let's go blueprint that. So that'll be a corner. Yeah, see, no matter what, yeah. So it should be interior like that, and then same on this side. So we get two of the halves to make a whole. And 1, 2. And then we could do, you know, we could have a 3, you know, by doing a, you know, make the, should probably make some sort of, you know, you can make all kinds of things in the blueprint maker. All right, let's clean up a little bit, and then we'll go ahead over there. Make sure that this isn't. The concrete is full and backed up. Nice. We need more of these. Good to know. The computers are just floating along. And you need to be made. Ooh, okay, so we're gonna get you rolling again. Because apparently I think even if you're not using it and it's connected, it's still taking up. I could be wrong. Yeah, it is. See, it eats it. So you have to constantly feed these. 2 per minute. So this is now a dedicated machine. Dedicated. We can actually bring be a long ass run, but we could get it here. We should probably start making some of those again. We're still making diamonds. Alright, this is what I'm waiting for. Like, these take forever to make. Because the copper powder. So I should probably dedicate that. And we need these for we have two items that need to come over and either, yeah, and feed over here. Because we need the pasta for right here. And that's going to produce the singularity cell, which is then going to no. That's not really. Well, yes. Because that's what is feeding into here, correct? And you are, yeah. Alright. So you got the concrete. These we need. We have a bunch. Get out of. Do we have any over here? Uh-huh. Alright, let's go and produce. I'm just trying to make sure I don't leave and come back and everything's all bound up. We're not really producing anything at the moment. We don't really need to. We will whenever I can figure out this puppy. We will build just to see what it requires. Get summer sleep. So we need to make alien power matrix. Yeah. Which I'm assuming is made here. There it is. And it costs 3. Wow. So you got to make. So this has got to be feeding. Wow, this is a pain. You got to be making the cubey things, the fluctuators, and the whatever the boosty things. I can't think of the name of anything at the moment. Power shards. You got to. So you got to be producing synthetic power shards. I've got SAM fluctuators feeding into here. So I need another one of these machines. Plus whatever that feed. Oh my god. I mean, because just to make the super oscillator or superposition oscillator is dark matter crystals, crystal oscillator, alkaline aluminum, and excited photonic matter. So then we would need to make these, which are quartz crystal, dark matter crystal, and time crystal, which all that we're making. But I'd have to retool a good portion. And what does the power augmenter do? You know what I mean? Okay. Enough chatty chat. Let's get to work. Although we probably have more stuff on us than we want. We just got to fill up the pasta. And that's going to take some time. Although, I might be able to do that. Wait a minute, where am I going and why? Got another chart to go somewhere because we can't do it here. Oh yeah, blueprint. Now I could build a blueprint maker over here, but this is where I have it set up. It gives me an excuse to move around and not be stuck in the same spot. And in the blueprint maker, some of the rotations and whatnot, you know, moves or nudges are better fractionally. If that makes any sense. You have more, seems like you have more adjustments. Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. Just seems like it. All right. So, how am I going to do this? Do we do it as a corner piece? You. Actually, wait a minute. Am I already set up for this? No. Close, but no. Alright, I need to retool at some point. And we're gonna need that. Yeah, see what I mean? There's a little bit more I think it's a little bit better to build it in here. I mean, on the fly and whatnot. You're gonna have what you got. Okay, so start with a 2-meter foundation. Actually, why don't we skip ahead? They should be separate sides. So. Oh, this could be rotated to work too, right? Yeah. All right. Then it's where do you want the lights? You know, do you want to do 2 meter? Do you want to do 1 meter? You know, how do you want to... And the light is probably going to be about a meter, you know, width. But, again, it depends on what you're building. So... You know what I mean? How high up? What's the distance between the wall? I mean the ceiling and the floor, rather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that allows us to have a middle there. They need quarter floors. I mean, the blend is super great, you know, I mean, beautiful, but that would prevent some of this. You know, the, that flashy bit. Is that the coffee stain logo? Or at least close to it? All right, now we would build this part, but then between here, because we need that gap, right? Because then we have the 1 meter. Oh, no, that's okay. Although... Yeah, so we don't even need the other bit, right? I mean, hypothetically, because then we're just putting in... Yeah, so that doesn't matter. It's where that creates that. But and then we'll do that. Blah, blah, blah. And that, we'll go on the same side. Yada, yada, yada. You would move over. Yeah, okay. Wait a minute. Aha! There's a summer sloop around here. Where are you? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Where the hell is it? I hear it. Oh, you little bastardo. Should be right here. Well, where'd you come from? Ah, there you are.
Look through the window and witness a threat.
That was a tough one. Well, now, like, trying to find my way out of here might be. I'm gonna let you live, buddy. You found, or you're the one, you're the thing that made me go in that direction. Getting out of here is gonna be the tricky part. Alright, so you were there. Yeah, this is going to be fun. We got the 3 big mushrooms. Try and just go. Trapped. I'm trapped. I don't even remember how the hell I got in here. Probably should have left some sort of breadcrumb. There we go. Whew, that was an adventure. Alright, now we can build our... That's the stuff you gotta be careful of that. Some of these get a little higher than the other ones. See, I don't like that. I don't trust it. If it's too high, it's gonna cause a problem. Well, maybe where it is. Alright. Let me try that one again. And obviously we could do a whole column of this, you know. These don't overlap the same as the large ones. Like can't get it to smooth out. I'll give it a shot again, but now, I'm sure people have already figured this out and whatnot, you know, but I have not, so. Hey, I remember yesterday when we were trying to get the light around the corner? So it follows this curve. Yeah, I had to do beams. Well, this isn't gonna work like that, because then that cuts that bit off. Better off just keeping it like that for now. Or even... Ah, shoot. Okay. Yeah, buddy. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. So now you know what that means. Now I have to totally rebuild that whole area we just rebuilt down there. And now we have new... Basically could make a column out of that. On that blueprint, nothing. Figuring it out in the first place, 4 hours, roughly. Not even. I did it this morning in like 30 minutes. I'm like, all right, that should work. And then I, did the final process on stream. It was one of those things where, and I used to do this with No Man's Sky. I'd go to bed with the problem, in my head, like, all right, how can I, how can I achieve what I'm trying to achieve with my knowledge currently of, the build mechanic in the game. And the point was to kind of create so that we had a rounded corner and the light still, followed the curve, even if we had to break it up like this. I was fine with that. But development all told, we had the problem yesterday. I went to bed thinking about it, and then was like, oh, what if I try, using the beam and rotating the beam like I would make a circle at the corner point of the pie shape, the curved pie shape part. And then this morning for about, I'd say about an hour, a little over an hour, just trying it and then, doing the ticks and then remembering that making a circle is not the same as making No Man's Sky circles. This one is like counts of 1 and 2 and 4, and it's, you can't do, your normal, cutting your pie. This is done in weird little ticks. So, I had to kind of remember that. But now that I have that, I could wreck the rest of this and rebuild it all again. Well, there's a couple of good circle and curve guides that I found on for Satisfactory. I don't know if you're part of my, you just joined yesterday, I think, didn't you? The Discord. I can throw them up on the other build photo area, right? And I need to start a Satisfactory builds page. I didn't want to start one because I wasn't sure if I would, like it enough to carry it through. But, it turns out we did. All right, I'm going to take a little breather. We are 2 hours and 15 minutes in, roughly. And it's time to go warm up the coffee yet again because it doesn't stay hot for long. I need one of those little warmer plates or a good thermos thing. But I don't have one, so I have to deal with what I deal with. Plus, I need to get up, take a little bio break, stretch out. And yeah, they do, but and they don't. And because of the snap points, I'll get into this actually after when I come back from break. A little bit of what drives me a little insane about making circles in this game. Mostly snap points, but you know, they have the nudge to kind of compensate for that. So that works. All right, let's stare at our achievement. As we take a break. All right, folks, I'll be right back. Hopefully you're still here. If not, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for stopping in. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and ring the bell, all that YouTube jive on the way out. And for the rest of you, get up, stretch out, peel the peepers away from the screen, and get a bio break in. Get a snacky treat, get your coffee, get your beverage, and we'll see you soon. All right, couple of minutes. You know how it works.
All right.
Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Raindrops tap, not a soul around. Everything's still and my mind's unwound. Shapes in the mist, colors so bright. Nip, nip, haze, feels like midnight. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. It's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow.
All right. I had an idea for a cool, just a standard lit pillar. All right, let me get coffee. So now, yeah, and this is why. Because I'm going to want to put these, and you can change the light pretty easy. You just copy paste the settings, All right, let's go. Oh, YouTube, and you're not responding. Your BS-ness. Oh. We should probably drive over there, huh? And now I'm like, all right, I'll build a freaking blueprint maker over here. I don't want to. It gives, like I said before, it gives me a chance to get away from one area and move, and I'm not stuck in one spot. I don't mind the drive. Excuse me. Oof. We have a whole other tower we could make too. I mean, these are neat. I like these a lot, actually. Oh, we got to get to the desert too, don't we? I think. We got to put a... I need to rebuild. It's like, now... And this is why I didn't want to get serious into building in this, because you're constantly breaking stuff apart in the, when you start a game, because you're advancing. Yes, the red ones are power towers, correct. I have two versions of those. I have the multi-directional, so it keeps the line straight, kind of no matter what angle you're going at. And then I have a quad directional, or maybe even a standard one, I don't remember. But you'll see here, there is... there's 4 in here, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the other ones, I think, I should have done a 2, a 4, and a 1. And then there's a standard one here, which is just a singular. But you can blend them in and, you know, rotate one and have a 4-way if you want. But this way, you know, if you have another tower in a different direction, but you want the lines to, you know, stay, you know, pretty not perpendicular. So they don't look as funky. You can drag them out, you know, a little more straight line, you know what I'm saying? They don't get all weird. It's a little better. See, because I'm pulling from this back one and this one here, so, you know, they don't get all twisty. A little more in line and angled properly. See, the problem with... I could have just one big main factory down the other end, right? Where our portal is, our portals are. We still haven't done a train, drones, any of that. I haven't gotten into any of those things yet. Keyword, yeah. I'm going to redo. I'm going to get into creative at some point. I just want to get a handle on how everything works and do the normal. And I sort of want to rebuild everything I've already built, which is kind of a drag because I'd have to tear it down, put it into storage units. So I'd have to build a ton of, like a whole wall of just storage units. Or I'd have to start a whole new save and, you know, build up and blah, blah, blah. But I don't want to do that. Because it took me a ton of time to get to where we are. Okay. I think my game just crashed. Yeah, my game just crashed. Oh, okay. Or it... Oh, it auto-saved. Oh, as soon as the new part becomes available, it gets its own factory. Yeah, I tried to do a... you know, a multi-factory, if you will, because, you know, one part needs some parts from another part, from that needs 2 parts from this part to make that part. Yeah, it won't allow me to place a shortcut. Oh, here we go. Just took an hour. Yeah, there's a delay. Delay. Actually, yeah, I don't want to do this. I want to do this first. Or not, no. But what I can do is I can make the, yeah, okay. Because I might not always want it to be on this, but if I build it as if I'm going to put it on this, height-wise, Oh yeah, so when making a circle, to get things to line up, you have to, like, the snap, like you'll try to get in to a certain spot and you can't. Like here, for example. So you have to end up like nudging it, and it's really a pain. You can't, it's not like No Man's Sky where it snaps to a certain point. These kind of slide around a little bit, so it doesn't lock in. So when you're trying to like bring your circle in to make, you're trying to bring it in so that, it's completely covered circular floor, trying to get it to be symmetrical is a nightmare. So it really becomes problematic. And then vertical circles, that's a whole other rigmarole. Oh, okay, so here's where this becomes important. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a huge problem with the mods, but they can be problematic. I should be going up by ones. I have not. What is that? Is that on Nexus mods? Actually, I would really only need to do one of these. And then create... And then just rotate this. Why am I going through the hassle? Be a lot easier to just do it that way. Right? Just make a singular one and then have that. And then just boom, 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 rotate it in when I need it. Yeah, much easier. Controller. Much easier for me. You know, just I'm so used to No Man's Sky. And I'm also new to PC. I just built it last year. Ah, Shagan. Do I speak German? I wish. I have friends who speak German. 9. That's about it. think Hellboy speaks German. I know he speaks French. Ah. Unfortunately, I only speak English poorly and very little Spanish. I wish I spoke German. Sounds like a fun language. Okay, now with this setup, you can basically do a couple of different styles. You could do a long style, you could do the full style, you could do, you know, however you want to do it, really. But you could, you know, do something like this, like a stripey bit. And alternate. And you could even have them cross, you know, and have a little peak in there if you felt like it. You could do, you know, craziness. You could do it simple. You know, boom, boom, boom. On that level, we do 3. And then you could do the one we're about to do, which is a 1 meter sign. The bonus, you could basically work off of this, you know, bring this up, and you could add, you know, another section in here if you felt like it, yeah? And it's not like you couldn't use these as decorative pieces. A little more difficult, but you could. Right on. Oops. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Did I spell that right? There's there two L's in column. I know what I forgot. Doesn't seem to make sense, but... there's an N at the end of that. That's what I forgot. column and moon. All right, easy enough. And then this could be, you know, you could use that as your corner and build off of that. And then if we leave those sections in, you mean you could say parts, do them singularly. Drag it up, you know, drop in the lights where you want them, etc. You know, it really depends on whatever look you're going for. So now I'm like, what if I don't want the other part? Because now I have that as a base. So what if I just want the column? Right, 10. Oh wait, and I don't even need to do the full extent. Oh, that sounds good. Yes, but they have a square base and you can't rotate them, and they don't light the same way. You know what I mean? And I tried putting a battery in the corner before, but because of the way the battery rotates, you can't, it doesn't rotate the whole thing, it just rotates its graphic. And I'll show you what I mean. So if you look at the base of this, it's just rotating its graphic. I can't actually rotate the battery portion to be 45, like that lighting bit. You know what I mean? And it's a different type of lighting. no, 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 no. Nay. I have a feeling that's not going to be right. This is better. This is ready to go now as, you know, a bare, you can add in your light as you want. Instead of having it pre-colored, you could then go and choose. I'm really curious to see what they do for the, the next update. So now this could be made, and then you could, remove parts, drop stuff, blah, blah, blah. It's a nice thing about, disassembling, to give you the chance to switch it from blueprint to default. So within your blueprint, you can remove something, which is nice. And you can separate, create a wall. You can overlap, create a, an interesting looking thing. Something. Them stackable. So if you don't know, you might want to do something else, or just even keep that. Looks kind of interesting, More than likely. And as we discussed earlier, you can change the lighting, what type of thingamajiggy you want on there. Ooh, excuse me. Could have these staggered, things here. What's a 2 meter one look like? That's not too bad either, the 2 meter. Doing that's actually pretty freaking tasty. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I like that. That's a little better than the, as long as you start at your, what we will call a flat part or a seam. And you could also do a cool, like, multicolor by throwing in, a fold over like so. Or give you a different kind of interesting pattern there as well. But if you want to kind of cut down your part count a tad, or just get a different aesthetic, yeah, I dig that. That's much cleaner. Yeah. Or any, tech company. But it almost looks like Windows too, which is kind of cool. I dig this one. Yeah, this is much better than the multiple window. Why didn't I think of that? Although the multiple sign one rather has its place too, you know, the multiple squares. This is a little cleaner. Low down gaming. What's going on? How you doing? And then obviously you just, although now I'm thinking maybe I need to make this its own blueprint. No. I think that bare bones one, I think this is great for, you know, creating on the fly. It is so it's Lux, Lux, on YouTube, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Spotify, you name it, you will find Lux, Lux, and they do this really great homage to Vangelis and Blade Runner. Most of it is Blade Runner themed or named, you know, like Replicant Dreams or something like that. And they do like their rendition of Vangelis or Blade Runner style music. It is a great channel. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. There is a link in the description. Yeah, they did a really amazing job at representing that. It's quite good. Well, of Yes? Oh, I love Yes. Yeah. Be neat if you could rotate a window. Along that, you know what I mean? But you cannot. I mean, at that point, you could probably get away with doing. I wonder how it works on these. Does it stack on these? If it does. Ah, look. See, I knew it. I knew some of them made it in larger. Ah, I gotta redo this. Well, you know what? It frickin' works. Yeah, I love all kinds of music. I am a music nut. And it does follow this. So you do you? But yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this. Son of a biscuit. Or at least two of them. Alright, that one and that one. And I'm assuming these are 2 meter. Ah, flipping, flagging. Right, I feel better about that. That way, if I wanted to do something different, you know, and put in like I was doing those light posts for whatever reason, then, well, not light posts, but power poles, then we could do something like that and still have it go around in a circle. Or we could create a different light style. Something like this. Yeah, I'm digging that much better. Now we don't have that weird. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go change that in the other one. Damn it. So if I check this here. Downside is there's no upside down in this game. So in order to even make that worthwhile, what would I have to do? But now we should be lined up. I should have been moving those each time. Yeah, they shouldn't have. Alright, so we're going to go point, because that doesn't line up. Ugly there. It'd be nice if I could get that gap in between. In between here. That's possible too. Could also make these less yes. Also smooths it out. All right, there's that. It's good. I mean, you could also, you don't have to necessarily bring the bar up. You could place it, hold it, and, you know, nudge it to where you need it. Know what I mean? All right, what else do we want to make? Oh, all right. I think we want to go make our coffee warmer. How much of it do I have left? Oh, sadness. All right. We're going to take a little breather. I don't have too much. Oh, wow. Actually, I'm pushing it. But you know what? Screw it. Do I really need to do that today? Yes, I do. All right. I think we achieved what we wanted to achieve today. I was hoping to get to the desert, but I think I am running out of time since I need to do some other stuff in life. But we made a couple new blueprints that offer us some interesting opportunities to make stuff. I'm going to go switch the other ones to that 2-meter sign. Take care of your car. Good luck. And all of that came from just one thing. This right here. Well, that was fun. We figured something out. Ooh. Yeah, but see, I can't get these to go sideways. Damn it. I want to go sideways with it. But I don't think you can. I mean, that's the one downside about when I see creative mode in a game. You're still locked. You know, yes, you no longer have to spend the resources or have the resources to build your product, but you're still limited in its rotation and placement and etc. I would love to see, you know, like No Man's Sky is, you know, creative is creative. You can, and that all of the build mode. You have creativity. You can move things around, place them where you basically want to, create your own snap points. You know, flip things around to have other things snap upside down or sideways, you know, to be creative. You know, and if you want to get all wackadoo, I mean, we are in the future. We have that force field belt, you know, so that should allow us to, you know, have things vertical or upside down or, you know, riding along the wall. You know, just one person's opinion. That is creative to me. All right, y'all. We did it. We got our light to curve around. That was our goal today. And from yesterday. But we managed to curve it around, and it works pretty well. We have a couple of different ways to, you know, looks that we can get from it. So, yeah, I think we were rather successful today. All right, y'all, thank you so much for being here. Unfortunately, I do have to work the rest of the week, but depending on what time I get out of work tomorrow, which, who knows, it could be late or it could be early, and if it's early, I'm going to swing back on and we'll play around some more. Other than that, I will see you again next Sunday. You know, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday being my normal days. But if I get home from work early, there are times I try to jump in and, you know, get a little bit of screen time with y'all. So until next time, this has been me, Kevin C, here at Action Pants Gaming. Wishing all of you out there in the Satisfactory factories a little bit of love, peace, and machine grease. Get your action pants on, get out there, start building some wild and wacky stuff. Throw parts around, have fun, don't think about it too much. Just create and see what happens. All right, y'all, we'll see you soon. Thanks again. Bye, everybody.
Action Pants Gaming. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. Laid back. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Throwing parts. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing pots together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right.